Hey folks, thanks for joining me once again for yet another episode of SwillinGrog's wonderful world of beer. And yes, the world of beer is truly wonderful even in these dark times that we're in. Alright, well today I have for you another revisit, although wow, it's going to be almost like a new beer to me because it's been at least a decade since I tried this. It's none other than the original Old Tom, which comes in at 8.5% alcohol by volume, and it's brewed over in the UK by Robinson's Brewery, who have gained some notoriety recently, making all the Iron Maiden beers. It was only recently that my good mate, my good childhood mate, Grant, got the pack of all the Iron Maiden beers to sample, and yeah, he enjoyed them immensely. And I told him, hey, if you'd like these brews that the Robinson's Brewery puts out, then you should check out their flagship brew, Old Tom Original, which is one hell of a beer, like probably the world's greatest ale. Now the style is what we call an old ale. I know a lot of people aren't too familiar with that, but yeah, there was a time actually when this was a lot more accessible in Australia. This Old Tom with chocolate and ginger Tom. I think Dan Murphy's was selling them, but yeah, that didn't last, unfortunately. Anyway, I think it's high time that I yeah, open this up and make an assessment of it for 2022. So I've got the trusty BB Barfly bottle opener, so I'll pop off the cap. Alright, and I'll pour it out into the Spiegelau tulip glass. Give it a good pour here. Okay. Alright, so yeah, dark brown, almost black, with nearly 2 fingers of fluffy looking tan head. Yeah. Some would probably think I'm holding a stout in my hands, but no, it's an old ale. Alright, so let's take a whiff of this. Wow. Yeah, a lot of sweet, sort of almost fruity, dark fruit sort of aromas. You know, some toffee, chocolate. Actually, there was a lolly, some sort of confectionery as a kid that, yeah, this actually reminds me of a bit. I forget what they were called. Alright, well, yeah, smells amazing, looks amazing, so I think it's high time for the taste test. So a huge cheers to you, Grant, and cheers to you, the audience. Let's dive into this one. Wow, up front, a huge hit of dark roasted malts flavour. Yeah, and it's got a nice sort of alcohol warmth to it as well. No real bitterness to speak of. A very malt forward brew, this one. Wow, but it does really tantalise the taste buds. Very tasty. Time for another gulp. Well, it's certainly holding that taste profile. It goes down really smooth. The body, I guess, is somewhere between medium and full, leaning towards full. At 8.5% ABV, it's definitely not something you could session. Although, in a blind taste test, I'd probably think the ABV was somewhat less than what it is. I'd probably put it more around 6% mark. So The alcohol presence is fairly well concealed, although it does have a nice sort of slight warmth to it, as I was saying. The price point, yeah, well, I don't know why I even bother covering that off. You know, in Australia it's going to be insanely high, given that it's one, like a high ABV beer, and two, it's a limited like import. Yeah, I think I paid the better part of $10 just for the one bottle of this, if memory serves. Although I don't remember exactly, I'll flash the price up on the screen for you. Yeah, because I just don't recall at the moment. Anyway, it's been interesting revisiting this for 2022. Yeah, it's definitely been a long time since I had Old Tom. It's one that I probably buy every now and then, you know, a 4-pack or a 6-pack of it if it was more readily available. It's quite enjoyable, and yeah, would definitely be enjoyable beer to drink, you know, after a meal on a winter's evening, without a doubt. Rightio, so I think it's time to have one last gulp of this and give it a score out of 10 for 2022. Alright, all in all, a really tasty, well-crafted brew. Immensely enjoyable. Definitely one that you should seek out. I'm sure it's, you know, in all those books that you buy about, you know, beers that you must try before you die. I'm sure it's in those books. But it's definitely, yeah, a world-class brew, a world-renowned brew. So I think it's deserving of a 10 out of 10, yeah. A definite 10 out of 10, this one. Anyhow, that's it from me. I'm just going to enjoy the rest of this Old Tom. And I'll see you all in the next review. But until then, fare thee well, all.